You said that KD's your favorite player.
Yeah.
How did you feel when the Toronto fans started cheering when he got injured?
Oh, okay, everybody keeps wondering. Fans are supposed to be the worst things on the planet. They used to curse at Bill Russell, and call him all kind of names, and he was the coach on the Celtics. You understand? Like, I played at Duke University, Georgia Tech at Duke University. We had Yvonne Joseph on the team, one of my favorite people. God bless Yvonne Joseph, the big Haitian creation we called him. They had a sign, the Haitian creation gives Georgia Tech AIDS. I mean, they didn't care.
What the hell?
And he was like, that is not nice. They should not be. They didn't care. Like, they're fans. Their job is to kill. Okay? Everybody wants people to be politically correct. It's not. This is the Colosseum and the gladiators down there, and whoever is alive when it finishes wins.
Well, I mean, there was also the situation, you talk about fans.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
Fell into the stands, and then the guy who actually ended up being one of the investors of the Warriors shoved him and called him a name.
But this is the trip. He didn't have to touch him.
Yeah.
Because Kyle didn't do anything next to him. He shoved him with his arm. If Kyle would have shoved him back in his face and walked on the court, everybody would have laughed at him. He would have been like, yeah, back in my day, right? They wouldn't have had 30 different cameras, what his job title is. That wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? If you fall into the stands and somebody pushes you back and you turn around, and you knock their drink over and you run it, Charles Barkley would have done that.
Right.
Right? Charles Barkley would have smacked the guy in the head, and they would have broke it up, and next thing you know, the guy would have been like, yeah, I got smacked in the head by Charles Barkley. Now,
I'm famous.
Now, it's like, when it all started? The guy in Chicago, when the fan got in the way of the Cubs winning the World Series, Bakeman, and he touched the ball, and they didn't catch the ball, and then they went on to lose, and the guy wound up having to leave Chicago because he ruined it for the Cubs. You remember that?
Well, there was also the Malice in the Palace.
Okay, the Malice in the Palace, but that was different, right? Because what would have happened before is the right security guard, right, would have had him and moved him out of the way. But then, I do know how big Meta World Peace is. The dude is huge.
Yeah.
He's like this much wider than me.
Yeah, no, Ron Artest, I mean, he's not as big anymore,
right.
But when I met him, his shoulders were like the size of this fucking room.
Yeah.
He was just an abnormality.
And I looked at him, I said, dog, you're Native American. I remember saying that. I said, you're definitely Native.
Have you ever played, you played against him?
No, I just saw him, and I watched him, and I was like, man, this guy's crazy. And then I got there, he's like 6'9", he was wide, and he's from New York. And I was like,
he's from Queensbridge.
Yeah, I was like, this dude, now I understood why I would want him on my squad.
Yeah, no, I've interviewed him before. We talked about that whole situation, and he takes responsibility for it.
It was a part of my life where things were spiraling downwards, and it wasn't that bad. Nothing was spiraling downwards. Just mentally, I wasn't strong mentally. Everything just got to me as a 19-year-old kid.
Have you seen his documentary?
No.
I went to the premiere a few weeks ago. It was all based on mental health.
Yeah.
He's had serious mental health problems since he was born, essentially, and most of his family's on medication and stuff like that.
Which I think, is why I do the diet I deal with.
Okay.
I believe Western medicine has done some amazing things. I think a lot of times it's overstated itself and underperformed in a lot of situations. There's medicines that they have mimicked that have been around for 8,000 years. Chinese medicine, 8,000 years. Plant medicine, longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
I think now with the cannabis move and everybody understanding hemp, they are now starting to realize, what is it now called? Functional medicine. They're starting to realize, how do we get people to live in this environment and function as a good citizen in this situation? If you constantly inundate my brain, my stomach with with non-foods and plastics, and I say this is my mind and this is my brain. If I'm feeding my mind plastics, sugars, that means my mind is going to be off. So when your mind is off, and one of the first things we do with kids that supposedly have ADD is we clean them out, right? Once I clean you out of the toxins, and then I start giving them live oxygen food, you guys sometimes call it alkaline, but if I give you food that your body can use, it seems to calm your mind differently. And I see mental health issues. One of my friends, Dr. Delvina down in Florida, is literally, she's working with soldiers. She's a sergeant in the reserves, and we talk about it. I watched Sway, hear them talking about fibroids and detox, and I'm hearing these different ways of going about it. I put together, I got like 3 doctors now. Got a neurologist, cardiologist, because people want to hear the issues, the cardiologist, the lalologist. They want to hear all that. They want to see the people with the letters, and then when they say things, sometimes I say it in layman. Or if I'm saying something, I got them to back me up. I don't have to have the letters. So when we talk about mental health, one of the first things I said is when you change your diet, and I talk about how great the vegan diet is, I only do that because that's a step. But the real thing is when you get the raw food, like I'm like 80% raw now, so I'm 80-20.
You're 80% raw, so you don't even cook your food most of the time.
No, most of the time. Like at night, I'll eat a cooked meal. That's my vegan. But during the day, like today, I'm fruits, beets, cucumbers. I'm all that during the day.